Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is James. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're taking the time of your day to review my content. Did you know that 600 million people live in darkness? Did you know that the whole continent of Africa, 600 million people, that is what, 43% of the population live in total darkness? And yes, it is 2025. People that have this maybe narrow worldview or haven't really been to Africa or just hear everything on the news and maybe in a book and have this very restricted mindset, they wouldn't be very much surprised with this question because they don't have that much positive view about the continent overall. But those that have this open mind and been to the continent and know how things are will be very shocked with this because it is 2025. You have companies launching satellite in space already. Things are already happening, and you have a whole population. 43% of the population still in darkness. I was in Liberia. I spent most of my time in Liberia, which is a country on the west coast of Africa. 1993, 95, 2003, all the way up to now. I've been going back there, but I've lived there for almost my whole life. Yeah, I'm telling you, electricity is still an issue. People have this electricity company. It's called LEC, Liberian Electricity Corporation. It's very unstable. Sometimes you're just sitting there watching TV and your lights be like flicking and just go off. Your TV go off and you just wait around. That's all you should do. Just wait around. A couple of hours will pass by, maybe a day, and then maybe next day it come on. It's just like that. Very, very unstable. Some people have backup generators that will just like automatically just come on when the light goes off. Most people still use generator back then with gasoline. Sometimes they use battery, that will help power out the lights. But electricity is still an issue on the continent. And right now it's like a gold rush. Most of these Western countries are coming to Africa to invest into nuclear power plant, to invest into electricity on the continent. It's a good thing. And one of those countries stands out of the rest because it's everywhere on the continent. Everywhere you go, you see this one country, and that country is Russia. I get it. Since Trump entered the White House, he turned his back pretty much on African countries because most African countries cannot give him an airplane for gift. They cannot give him a huge sum of money because the country don't have that much money. He can go to the UAE, he can go to Qatar and sign these multi-million-dollar deals and sign those billion-dollar deals. But when he comes to Africa, they don't have much to give him. And he always about the money, all about real estate. So that's why on his second term, he turned his back on Africa. And now you have those other countries that's coming in. Country like China, country like Russia, they are coming in. And Russia right now is everywhere on the continent trying to invest into electricity. Take a look at this map right here. All the red, that's all Russia. They're trying to come into the continent and invest into electricity. Now you look at Morocco. They are in Morocco. They are in Algeria. They are in Malay. They are in Guinea. They are in Burkina Faso. They are in Ghana. Nigeria, one of the huge superpower in Africa. They are already there investing. They are in Egypt. They are in Sudan. They are in Ethiopia. Don't worry about Kenya. They're already there in Kenya. Tanzania, they are there already. They are in Zambia. Again, they are in Zimbabwe. And of course, they are in South Africa. Russia is everywhere on the continent. They're trying to invest. They're trying to take the vacuum that the most Western countries is left. The United States, Great Britain, Canada, all those vacuum they left. Russia is trying to coup all those and trying to invest on the continent. As you see right here, it said Russia has signed nuclear energy partnership with at least 20 countries in Africa. 20 countries in Africa. And it is huge. I got a video right here I want to show you. To show you how electricity is huge and Russia is trying to grab everything. I don't blame them.
Challenges still facing the African continent is access to energy. According to figures from the United Nations, around 600 million Africans lack reliable electricity supplies. That's nearly half the continent's entire population. In the past, Western countries like the United States have pushed African nations to abandon fossil fuels and move toward green energy to help meet demand and global climate goals. But now the new U.S. Energy Secretary, Chris Wright, has outlined a major shift in U.S. policy, backing African leaders to harness all their energy resources. Saying at a summit in Washington earlier this month, Africa needs massively more energy. Africans will do that. Africans will deliver that. The United States is thrilled to partner with you in that endeavor.
Let me pause the video right there, but I'm not gonna hold my breath, especially with Trump administration. When with Trump in power, think he's very flicky up and down. I'm not gonna hold my breath, so I'll pretty much forget about that guy talking about Africa need massive more energy. Africa will do that, and the U.S. gonna help. They pretty much not gonna help. I mean, at least for 3 years. So I forget about that. What he just said about that guy.
Salfa Energy is a Nigerian renewables company that's already working on African solutions to the continent's energy crisis. Earlier, I spoke to the firm's founder and CEO, Sandra Chukwudozie, and started by asking her why the notion of Africans solving African problems is so important.
And that is it right there. That is the key to this whole video right here. Why is Africa solving African problem? Have to be the key. Have to be the best solution. Russia is quickly advancing on the continent. 20 countries, 20 plus countries. They're trying to help 20 plus countries. And all those deals, all those electric power plant deals, all those nuclear deals they're trying to build, they're trying to develop in Africa. It's good thing they're trying to build all those electricity companies to help power the continent and help people get out of this darkness. But all those deals that Russia is engaging with these countries, they are not much favored to the African. Those 20, 30 years plus deals, it may not be ideal because right now, we have to save. They have to save for like generation. It's not about Africa right now. It's Africa in 20 years, Africa in 30 years, Africa in 40 years. Even though Africa need their help. Africa need help from Russia because they have the education, they have the money, and they have the knowledge to invest. But in doing that, we don't want to be stuck in some kind of like one-sided deal that are going to take all the country resources for 10, 20 years. Again, Africans need to help Africans. It's not just for right now, for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's very, very crucial to have Russia just rush in and just grab everything for themselves. Let's keep watching. What did he say?
We've seen that in the past. Africa always has the resources, whether it's oil, gas, but the challenge is that we are just on the transactional side. So essentially, our products get mined off the ground, shipped off abroad, and then the benefication happens there.
It has always been like that. Always been like that. The resources. Let's imagine the resources in the DRC, Congo. Let's imagine the resources in my country, West Africa, in Liberia. We have the much more like rubber, whole rubber farm. It's huge. There's a company that's called Firestone. It's in America right now. They normally dwell in my country and they take rubber, like they make tires with rubber, they make other things with rubber. They use that. They take that and bring them to the Western world and develop that and resell it in the form of tires, in the form of other materials that are developed for now rubber. So Africa have the knowledge, they have the resources, they have everything, but it's being taken away, bringing them to another country, another continent, being developed, and then selling it back. It's like those countries is like Russia right now, or the United States, or like Britain. They're having their cake and eating it too. They're getting the resources cheap, developing it, bringing it back. Selling it even more expensive in the African market. It's very, very bad. It's very bad. So it's important that African help African, and those deals that are being developed should favor African. Again, not just right now, but 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Africa. Now, on the side note, if you like the content, if you like the words, and you're trying to help, not just my channel, help promote the video, subscribe to the channel, send this video out, not just to your friends and family, but if you have access to help Africa, send this video out, subscribe to the channel, keep things going. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
What we are saying right now is that for this to be just and fair, we want to move from transaction to transformational partnership, where the value chain for the clean energy transition is domiciled in Africa. And this is really, really important because we want to ensure that Africans are able to build the technology of the future. We don't want to be reliant on other parties. And we also want our products to be put into the global value chain. So it's very important that it starts now.
Yes, we don't want to be reliant. Africa do not want to be reliant. Just imagine you have everything in your house that you need. The food, everything you need, everything. You can grow it up in your yard. Everything. Somebody coming to your house and like helping you to pick up your fruits and stuff like that, your orange. Let's say you have an orange tree in your yard. You growing your orange tree. You can make your orange juice. You can make everything in your yard. But they're gonna come to your yard and pick your orange. Oh, let's help you pick your orange. No, you pay us a certain amount for picking your orange. Alright? Let's pick your orange. You're gonna pick your orange, put it in the basket, and say, you know what? We're gonna take it to our house and fix it for you. Squeeze it out, make orange juice, and then bring it back. They're gonna go, you're gonna pay them, right? You're gonna pay them for picking up your orange. Put it in the basket, they're gonna take it. And when they take it, they're gonna finish it, make that orange juice, bring it back to you, and sell it to you. Right? That's the whole transaction right there. They're gonna sell you your own product that you developed or your resources you have. They will fix that, bring it to you, sell it to you for expensive, on the expensive side of it. Pretty much gonna instead of giving you $5, charging you $5, they'll say, you know what? That's $10 for the orange juice, for that bottle, or $20. So they're getting paid double for picking it up and for selling it to you, which is very bad. So again, this is not just for the video as well, but for in the long term. Again, it's not Africa right now. We're talking about right now, even though right now would be better. But we're talking about 20 years, 30 years, 40 years Africa. If Russia have to come to Africa, if China have to come to Africa and harness those resources and help the African get out of this darkness, they shouldn't have those horrible deals that would chain Africa again for the next 20, 30 years. We don't want to keep going through the same cycle over and over again. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Send this video out. Share this video. Appreciate you. Thank you.